If you didn't see what Warren Buffett said on May 2nd this year, 2020, the biggest takeaway was not even that he sold all his airline possessions at around $10 billion in value at that time, but there is another number that he disclosed that makes me think what's happening is not over yet. This young gentleman, who will have his anniversary in August and will have 19 years, spent probably last 70 years trying to understand the market, how companies work and how business working. So what he does is actually very important to understand. Hello, my name is Alex and this is Fine Finance. The biggest takeaway from that meeting on May 2nd was from the earnings statements. He owns around $150 billion in cash. We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy, and to be greedy when others are fearful. This is quote by Warren Buffett, the most known by him. But this means that right now he is fearful and others are greedy. With the first wave down, even though it was around 35%, people start buying stocks. What's interesting is that more we are going up after the first wave down, more we think that this is over. But if you take a look at what Warren Buffett does, what Ray Dalio does, and other investors are not just some random investors. Those are the number ones, the top investors of the world. And if they do so, there's a big reason to listen to them and probably do the same. It doesn't guarantee you that they are right, but at least chances are high that they have reason to do this. And they have a lot of experience and all the history and other people who do analysis for them. Let's take a look at income statements of Berkshire Hathaway. So this is statement for March 31st. If previously we can say that there was around $125 billion, billion with a B, right now we have $133 billion. And if we are adding investments in fixed maturity securities, we are on $151 billion. The total assets right now are evaluated at $180 billion. So we are around 40-45% of total investment of the biggest investor in the world, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, who has almost half of its assets held in cash. So he was well prepared there. Now the biggest question here is, why does he own so much cash? And this question is repeatedly asked by shareholders of Berkshire Hathaway, because those money are not generating a lot of income. And taking into account that today it represents almost 40% of total possessions of Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, if you take the amount invested in equities and the amount that we have in cash and treasury bills. Now if you take a look for the last 10 years, Warren Buffett was accumulating cash since a long time. So in 2010 it was around $24 billion, and the year after that $37 billion, going to 31 in 2013, and then going up 49, 64, 53 in 2016, and from 2016, and then we see a big spike, almost doubled in 2017, 95, 116, 128 in 2019, and this year it's more than $130 billion, which means that Warren Buffett is preparing for a big move. He was also prepared for this market crash very well. What's interesting, even having this opportunity by looking at market crash and having prices for many assets went down by 60 or 70%, but in general it went down by 33% if taking the S&P 500, he still didn't spend a penny on acquiring new assets. That is interesting. That is why I personally start investing a bit, but I keep 80% of my holdings in cash. This way, if market turned out to be going up, which I doubt, but still you won't miss that entirely. And if market goes down, that's where the big gain could be. Warren Buffett or some others said that I'm only average investor, but what makes me different from others, it's probably around 8 to 10 trades I made, and those 8 to 10 trades changed everything. I believe in the situation we are right now in 2020, we will see much more of a crisis later. That is why that I told about this in my previous videos. It just doesn't hold, if you listen to Bill Gates, if you listen to any other big investors. Everybody is surprised why we are at the point where we are right now with stock markets. in beginning of May 2020. S&P 500 is only down about 10% from where it was last year. S&P is at the same level as it was last year, and it's only 10% down from all-time high. At the same time, Federal Reserve admits that we are experiencing an unprecedented crisis. The number of unemployments, you already saw it, it's around 30 millions of people, which is enormous. Never in the history we had so many people furloughed, or actually they applied for employment. The big number of those people will never return to work to the same employer. Even IT companies start to lay off 25% of its staff, like Airbnb recently. And this will go on, and we just at the beginning of this. I'm pretty sure that in July 2020, when we see earnings from the second quarter, this will be just shocking. And probably around that time we will see the second wave down. Look at those graphs. So these are the graphs from different recessions. Do you see what they have in common? I will not do static analysis here, nor I will try to explain why we are going down. It's just the way it should be. Next time we're thinking about buying a stock, think about whether Warren Buffett has his cash invested already or not. Because he was accumulating this cash for 10 years, and I think he is about to make a big purchase in the near future. We just have to be patient and wait. Some of investors said that the hardest thing is to do nothing, is just to sit on money. Just wait for a good moment, for an opportunity. You have to invest consistently along the way, of course, but you also have to know when it's not a good moment to invest. And for this you have some signs. You just have to be careful and look for those. And that being said, be sure to subscribe to my channel to not to miss any of updates, important updates that I will prepare for you in the near future with all that happening around. Please like this video if it was helpful for you, and this will help this channel to grow as well. Don't forget that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not praising any stocks or any bonds or any ETFs here. By the way, if you don't know what ETF is, please check out my video here. Don't forget to do your own research because it's important. It is late, I'm tired, but thank you for watching till the end, and please click like and subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to check my other videos. Thank you again, take care.